welcome to Think Differently with Myra Passel. The seed that I pulled out the bag today is special because it has two parts. The first part is create expectations. The second part is sticking to your expectations. I know many of you are thinking, of course you should have expectations. Expectations for yourself, expectations for others, expectations in a personal relationship. Like, who doesn't have expectations? But do you stick to your expectations? Or do you start bending, accepting things that don't meet your expectations? Start to tolerate and compromise your expectations. Well, I want to address this seed for those who know they should have expectations but don't know how to start, and to remind the veterans that they should be sticking to those expectations. Now, putting it simple, expectations are things that you expect. Once you know what you expect, then they should also be your non-negotiables. Treat these expectations as your limits and boundaries. I hear people saying, I don't know what I want or what I'm looking for, so they don't have any expectations. You have expectations, you just have not taken the time to think about what they are or how to start establishing them, which makes them more concrete. To get started, you need to think about what you don't like or want to deal with, and your expectations will be the opposite of what you have identified. With this seed, I want to focus on establishing relationships. Let's say I don't want a person who is dishonest. Well, then I expect honesty. I don't want someone who is inconsistent. Then that means I want someone who is reliable. I don't want someone who is always talking negatively about people. Then I want someone who is uplifting and speaks nicely about people. I don't want someone who doesn't acknowledge my feelings. Then I want someone who is caring and understanding. I don't want someone who doesn't know how to apologize. Then that means I want someone who is always working on self-improvement and growth. Now, those qualities that I just pointed out, those expectations, can be applied to any relationship. But maybe when you're dating someone or considering dating someone, you may look for, you may set some different types of expectations. I don't want someone who cheats. So then you expect that person to be monogamous. Or you could say, I don't want someone who is not financially stable. So then that means you expect financial stability from the person that you are dating. And that one can also be applied to a friendship. You want someone that's in your friendship circle that is financially stable. So when it's time to go somewhere or do something, you're not picking up the slack for that person. So you should see where I'm going. It's good to have expectations, because if you come across someone who doesn't have what you expect, then you need to either limit your contact with that person or even eliminate your contact altogether with them. There are so many other I don't want that you can come up with. And I do suggest you list them. List them all, because each one of them is important. Once you have them listed, they are concrete and you can refer back to them. Can you make changes? Of course. Will you add to? Probably will. Use it as your guide for those that you encounter, and don't hesitate to communicate those expectations early to people that you are getting to know. How else are they going to know what is expected of them? Always assume that you are the only one with these set of expectations. Don't assume people have the same expectations that you have. Some of your set expectations might be similar, but many of them will be different. Don't be afraid to lose people when you make your expectations clear, because it will save you some pain and disappointment later on down the road. You need to do this in order to have wonderful friendships and relationships with the people that want to be a part of your community. Keep in mind, you can apply this same strategy of listing the things you don't want to other parts of your life to establish and set your expectations. Well, that's my time. This is Think Differently with Myra Passel. Remember, build your community wisely.